As a leader, what are you supposed to do with all of the shoulds that your team sends your way? I think you know what I'm talking about. When team members come to you a little bit frustrated, maybe a lot frustrated, and they tell you all the things that the business should be doing differently, that the other team should be doing differently, that should be happening differently, that would encourage the business to get to where the business is trying to go faster. I call these all the shoulds. And these shoulds can become really overwhelming to leaders who are in a position where they're thinking, okay, I hear you. Yes, I might even agree with you that those are things that we could be doing different as an organization that would be really helpful, but I can't pull the lever and force that team over there to do the thing you think they should be doing. That's not how this works. It's hard as a leader to look at the person across from us and say, like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. First, that's not accurate. We as leaders, our job is to take the feedback and the shoulds from our team and find productive ways to create solutions and to create some momentum around that wish list with other teams and other functions so that our team's should list can start to turn into some real things happening in the organization. So this is where I encourage leaders to create a wish list. What is a wish list? It's basically a dumping ground for all of the shoulds that your team brings to you over and over and over again. You give your team a place to dump the shoulds, a place to give context to them. And then as a team, you organize those, you bucket them. And then as a leader, you work with your team to identify the shoulds that you feel like it is appropriate to try to influence the rest of the organization to buy into and to drive change across. Because here's the thing, no matter how much our team thinks other people in the organization should, if our hand is not on that lever, we cannot make that thing happen. So we can list it out, then we can organize it. We can revisit that wish list with our team on a regular basis to help them understand which of those should areas we as leaders are working to influence across the organization. And we can set realistic timelines for when those changes might happen. Because like it or not, what we can change fastest in an organization is what we have our hands on, what we have autonomy to change. It is much slower, but really important to work across the aisle and to help other teams come to a place where they buy into why they might want to consider making that change. So think about this concept of a wish list. If your team is coming to you with lots of shoulds, the thing we talk to them about is, can you add that to the wish list? Let's organize it, let's talk about it. And I am actively working as your leader to help resolve and move the needle on some of these shoulds that we think are really important for the organization. Also, we're gonna have to be patient and we're gonna have to give the organization time to take our should and decide if it is important, when it is important, and how we might wanna turn that should into a reality. Those things take time and we need to be patient. And in the meantime, let's focus on what we can do to drive our goals and objectives forward. So if your team is shoulding all over the place and they think everyone else should be doing all the things, start that wish list and start to organize it. This is exactly the kind of stuff we talk about in our group sessions over at the Center for Business Coaching. So if you are a leader or a coach who is in situations where you're trying to navigate hard things with your teams and you're looking for tools and resources, come on over and join us at the Center for Business Coaching. We get really geeky about helping leaders and coaches navigate hard situations in their worlds. All right, that's it for now. Thanks.